Hello everyone. Welcome back to Biology Bites. So today we'll discuss few concepts on pedigree analysis. Right. Okay. Now, what is the importance of this pedigree analysis? The pedigree analysis helps to determine the mode of inheritance of a trait or a disorder which can be either autosomal dominant or autosomal recessive or X-linked. And this pedigree analysis predicts the risk of inheritance of a trait or disorder in offspring. And they also aids in genetic counseling and family planning, facilitates diagnosis and management of genetical disorder. So these are the few symbols which helps in determining the pedigree analysis. The square represents male, circle represents the female, and the diamond shape represents a sex unspecified, and all the colored, the circle and the square and the diamond shape represents the affected individuals. Here, this diagram represents the male and the female. There is a mother and the father, the mates. That means the line represents the mating. Here, the mating between the two lines represents the mating between the relatives. And this diagram represents father, mother, and the children. Children will be below, parents will be above. And the last diagram represents parents above, and this parents will be having affected child. Now, what are the steps? How can we identify? How can we identify this pedigree analysis? I'll give you some few hints. How can we identify this inheritance pattern? Coming to the step 1. So how can you say that it's a dominant trait? In dominant trait, so you will see the diseases, any one of the affective genes in every generation. In every generation, you will see this affective trait. Recessive, how can you identify it as a recessive? The traits will be not expressed in the parental genes, right? So it will not be expressed in a parental gene, but the offsprings will be expressing the defective one. So that means that is recessive. In the recessive, the parents will not be expressing any defective traits. Step 2. How to identify its autosomal or sex linked? So coming to the autosomal, in the autosomal, both males and females will be equally affected. And what is the clue? The trait is seen in both the sex. X-linked recessive, in the X-linked recessive, the males are mostly affected. So this affected male's daughter will be the carrier. Why they will be the carrier? Because they'll be having the two X. So one of the X will be affected, the other X will be normal. So here the affected male's daughter will be carrier. X-linked dominant, here the affected fathers, all the daughters are affected but sons will not be affected. So make a note on this point. X-linked recessive, here males are mostly affected but affected male's daughter will be the carrier. In X-linked dominant, affected fathers will be having all the daughters affected and the sons will not be affected. That is dominant. And Y-linked inheritance, in the Y-linked inheritance, only the male will be affected. And Y-linked inheritance, here will not use any recessive or dominant. This inheritance is seen only from father to son. That is, passes from, the trait passes only from father to the son. Then the next step and the next hint, we have to check how the trait will be passes from parents to offspring. In the affected father, only sons will be affected. That means it is what? Y-linked inheritance. In affected mother, what will happen? Both sons and daughters are affected. So, if both sons and daughters are affected in affected mother trait, it will be what? It will be autosomal dominant. Okay. Then, the next hint. Parents are normal, but the child is affected. So parents are normal, the child is affected. Means when you represent in the form of a symbol, the parental genes will not be showed in any color, but the offsprings will be expressed in the color. So that means the parents are normal, but the child is affected. Means it is recessive. If both the sexes are equally affected, means it is autosomal. That means finally we can say it has autosomal recessive. Now, step 5. Further, all the daughters of the carriers, if all the daughters are carriers, they may not express the disease, but they might be carrying the disease. Okay, they may carry the defective genes. It is considered what? X-linked recessive. So, in the next session, we will solve few problems and we'll solve how to identify the genotypes. Thank you.